Oh good, more fun.
Well, Dark Knight Detective, you have passed another test. I cannot help but admire the spirit with which you have thrown yourself into a task for which you are woefully under-equipped. I almost feel guilty when I contemplate what's coming, but not so guilty that I'm going to call it off. Head back to the orphanage, Detective. Another of my riddle rooms is waiting.
I'm going back to the orphanage. Celine is waiting.
I can only imagine what cruel game Mr. Nigma has in store for you and Miss Kyle.
How are you doing?
Can't fault the entertainment. Eddie just lectured me on the 13 innovations that let him pack this collar with his custom-designed plastic explosive.
You must be honored.
At being what? Your motivation? Come on, the next puzzle room is waiting.
Your next challenge is simple. Guide an electric charge to its destination. I hope the varying amounts of pressure don't get to you.
Another one? What's Eddie's problem?
Fanatic narcissism, egocentrism, and megalomania, crossed with severe obsessive compulsion.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Floor?
You do it. You still owe me for Arkham City.
Goodness, you figured it out already. Well, meet the second generation of my android allies. I've built this variant specifically tailored to each of your dubious abilities. There's more where that came from, Batman. I've built a highly efficient production line. All the danger of battle, with all the fun of riddle solving. You can thank me after the same. You know what, Detective? I'm glad you solved this riddle. Because it takes you one step closer to the riddle that kills you.
Riddle that kills you.
Eddie really hates you, doesn't he?
He's an ego-driven narcissist who can't let anyone else win.
Gee, if only you'd met under different circumstances.
His obsession's getting worse. He's going after my allies.
Ally? After this, I think we should dial it back to known associate for a while.
This was nothing, Dark Knight, nothing. A new trial awaits you, Detective, by Divinity Church, and I'm waiting too.
I'm headed to Divinity Church. Riddler won't give up, Alfred. His pride. I'm headed to Divinity Church. Riddler won't give up, Alfred. His pride won't let him.
You'll break his spirit, sir. I'm very confident.
Kill me and send me there, and you'll never guess who I saw. That's right! Your dead girlfriend, Talia al Ghul. Don't worry, I asked, and she's totally cool with Catnip having a go on the old threat.
I need help here! Anyone! Jeez, he's gone! You seen what that thing does to Connors? I ain't staying to find out! Control, Batmobile spotted. Looks like it's ready to engage enemy target. Over.
I'm headed to Divinity Church. Riddler won't give up, Alfred. His pride won't let him.
You'll break his spirit, sir. I'm very confident. You might want to search the Bristol district, sir. Officers have reported hearing the same opera music associated with other crime scenes you've investigated.
Well, there goes the rioting. It's always the same. It starts fun, then people show up, taking it way too seriously with all their fancy equipment and spoil. To be honest, I'm glad we're behind these barriers. It's open season out there. It's open. Cobras were supposed to crush you. Really crushed me back in May. That takes better. The knife wasn't prepared. Yeah, he thought it'd just be a souped-up sports car. Someone's intel's a little outdated. Man, look at all the construction work. There's no economic downturn here. Pretty ugly, though. The way they're building all that new stuff right on top of the old. I didn't know we had an architectural connoisseur on the squad. Hey, I know an ugly skyscraper when I see one. Besides, have you been down there, on the underside? It's creepy. All those abandoned shops and empty alleys.
Alfred, we can add a third victim to the list.
This is becoming rather ghastly, sir. It brings to mind a spate of murders at the beginning of your career. It was Halloween then, if I'm not mistaken. Turned out to be rather a long one, if I recall.
I'm going to try and identify the body. I've seen that pattern of scar tissue before. It's a bite mark. Analyzing its radius points to